panel, which is Beauty, Business, and Her. And I would like to invite to the stage the panelists that will be joining me, Ifedayo Agoro. Next, we have Dr. Beatrice Nwalie. And finally, we have Anita Adetoye. So we see a lot of enthusiasm for this panel, so we're going to jump right in. But first, I want to tell you very briefly about each of these amazing women. Anita Adetoye is the CEO and founder of Anita Brows and Beauty, a makeup studio and beauty brand. Armed with its slogan, "Beauty Knows No Bounds," Anita's brand strives to bring out the beauty that already exists in all her clients. A practicing professional artist for 6 years and counting, Anita has a number of notable clients under her belt, including the familiar glamour girls, Toke Makinwa, Stephanie Coker, and Sharon Oju, just to name a few. Next, we have aesthetic dermatologist and acclaimed non-surgical game changer, Dr. Beatrice Nwalie, who is the head of Bridge Aesthetics. Bridge Aesthetics is a leading Nigerian-based aesthetic clinic specializing in minimally invasive skin rejuvenation and anti-wrinkle aesthetic treatments. Based in Ikoyi, Bridge Aesthetics is a real bricks-and-mortar medical clinic. And finally, Ifedayo Agoro, who is founder of Dang Lifestyle, a brand committed to providing quality skincare and unique fragrances worth celebrating and remembering for a lifetime. Dang Lifestyle is a global beauty brand that has flagship stores in Nigeria, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Ifedayo also runs an engaging social media platform, Diary of a Niger Girl, on Instagram that regularly hosts important topics. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us here today. Again, I've read your bios, but I wanted to give you all time to sort of talk about yourselves and more about what you do.
Hi Candace, how are you? Hi everyone, my name is Anita Adetoye and I'm creative director of Anita Brows Beauty, and also, I've got a salon called Hair Essence and a couple of other things. I started this business over 10 years ago. I'm going to keep it very brief, and it wasn't something that I planned out. It was an interest that became a career. I studied other things. I know we're going to get into it, but I studied other things. But it's great that my brand isn't seen as just a makeup brand, but I believe that I've been able to sort of promote positivity in women especially, and also make them feel confident, because with my brand I can definitely say that I try to make everyone feel as beautiful as I believe they are, and there's beauty to there's more beauty to just the makeup that we put on. You should always enhance what you already have in you. So yes, that's a brief.
Hello, hi. My name is Dr. B, or Dr. Beatrice Nwalie, popularly known as Dr. B. I don't know what to say. I'll just keep it really brief. I'm an aesthetic dermatologist, and I started, I don't know, maybe like 7, 8 years ago, trying to bring in cosmetic enhancements into Nigeria. So a lot of people have issues with their skin, and they started focusing more on skincare. But apart from the skincare, we're trying to encourage people that there are other ways medically that these things can also be treated, because some of these problems that they're having is not just on the outward, it's from the inside. And then also there's a very little there's a limit that cream-based products can do. We also have injectables that can also do much more than cream. So I try to encourage that. We do a little bit of enhancements, facial enhancements, a bit of body enhancements also. And then, just just the works. We'll get into that.
My name is Ifedayo Agoro. I I'm an entrepreneur. I founded the company Dan Lifestyle, a skincare and a lifestyle company. But okay, better now. My name is Ifedayo Agoro. I am an entrepreneur. I run a company. It's called Dang Lifestyle. It's a skincare and lifestyle company. Skincare, quality made, and fragrances, quality made as well. I also am the community manager of Dang Diary of a Niger Girl, a community where women come together. You know, we discuss important topics, we impact each other's lives, and we make sure that we are not suppressed by shame. So we tell our stories just the way they are.
So I want to start with you, Anita, because we were talking a little bit earlier before the session, and we were talking about your background, which is in journalism and media production, which I would argue has a lot to do with beauty, by the way, and business to a certain extent. So can you talk a little bit about your journey into the beauty world?
Yes, so I don't think I talk about the fact that I studied journalism and media production. I also studied marketing, by the way. But it's because I feel like my makeup has it's sort of taken over what I am as a person. And that's because I've been doing makeup since when I was in secondary school. I garnered interest from when I was in school. I used to watch videos, and I would like gather everybody in my family, every woman that can sit down, I'll do their makeup. And I remember that's the time when Facebook was quite popular, Bebo, MySpace, and I'll post it there. And that's where people started contacting me to do makeup. And I remember I was in college then, and I used to like run after courses. I'll quickly do makeup for someone and go back. So I don't actually have any experience in any other field. That's all I know. I never studied, like I didn't go to any makeup school up until now. But journalism and media production, I would definitely see as helped my brand to what it is today, because I'm a bit more aware. I pay attention to detail when it comes to what I put on social media, and also the sort of the information I want people to have, and the thought process I want to go through your mind when I post something. And people would argue that what's journalism got to do with beauty. But like I said earlier, I think for me it's a lot more than the makeup that I do. It's the beauty, it's how people feel about themselves, and I tell a story with my brand, and I hope that my story is being told correctly. I hope. Yeah.
Thank you. And speaking of beauty, I actually wanted to circle to all the panelists to get a sense of how each of you are defining beauty in your brands. And Ife, we could start with you and then work our way around.
Beauty for me is truly who you are. I've always said it, that no one is more beautiful than the other, because when you see yourself first as like you're already worthy, forget the face, what you look like. Beauty is from the inside, who you really are. For me, that is beauty. That's why you find that people who are confident are naturally beautiful, because they from the inside already glow. They glow positivity, they glow self-worth. So first for me, beauty is self-worth from the inside.
I think beauty is a personal perception. There isn't really a definition of beauty, and we can tag it with everything we have out there. But it is, like I say to people, what you perceive as beauty. Something can look ugly in another person's eye, but someone else can find beauty in it. So really, I don't think there's truly a definition to what is beauty. And I think we even need to get out of that perception of, oh, this person is beautiful, or that is beautiful, or this is nice, or you're more beautiful, or she's beautiful. Because for me, it is your perception. And I have that interaction all the time with my clients who come in. And if you go to my Instagram page, you see different kind of faces, big, small, and people say, I don't like this, but I like this. And I say, but the person who has that face likes exactly that thing that you don't like. So some people like women with big lips. Some people like women with tiny nose, big big boobs, small boobs. Big, so really, what is beautiful? It's you. You decide what is beautiful at that moment of your life. Because you know what? In the next 10 years, your definition of beauty will change. And in 10, 20 years again, it will continue to change. So there's truly no standard of beauty. And with the trend, so we have hair, makeup, skincare. These things are changing every day. Maybe this outfit I'm wearing, you think it's beautiful. In the next 5 years, go take a picture of some of the things you wore 5 years ago. Oh my God, it's horrible. I can't imagine that I wore that. So the truth is that there's no definition to beauty. It's your perception to you of what looks good in your own eyes at that particular moment. Because it's only for a moment.
Okay, so I work closely, like face to face with a lot of women, and I think for me, I always say, I don't think anyone has sat on my chair and I think they're not beautiful. I feel like every single woman that I've worked with since I've been doing what I've been doing is beautiful, even if it's their eyes, even if it's their lips, if it's their jawline, if it's something. I feel like everybody has some sort of beauty in them. It's like what Ifedayo said, it's the confidence you carry. I always say to women, trust me, even if you don't wear makeup and you go to a wedding, it's the way you walk into the room. I barely wear makeup anywhere, and for me, over the years, I've learned to, I've taught myself to be extremely confident. I can tell you, like the 360 turn that has made in my life, especially with people, the way people relate with me is humongous. So it's the same thing as what she said. Beauty is confidence, and everybody has what is beautiful about them. Is for you to sort of know what it is, and that's why with makeup I always try to enhance that. So if it's your nose, I'll make sure your nose is the focal point. I don't know if that makes sense. Your eyes, I make sure the eyes, if it's to put liner, I make it sharper, just so that people can see that, oh, that's the beauty in this person. So beauty is what you are really.
Thank you. I really enjoyed hearing those responses on beauty because it really complicates, how we define not only what we consider beautiful, but just what we perceive to be beautiful. And I think that notion of perception was so important, Dr. B. And I wanted to sort of ask you then, in your own business, although we know that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder and that it's changing with the trends, how do you then sort of keep up with the trends and maintain the integrity of your business?
Okay, so I have this. So since this panel is about beauty, her and her business, right? So I have this policy, in my clinic, honesty, being honest to the patients that I have. When you come in there, some people want to do so many things. There is a list. And if you don't really know what I do, I mean, if you can go on Instagram now, just check at I am Dr. B, you can see some of the things that I do. And I meet a lot of women. It's far beyond skincare and makeup. It's beyond changing. Sometimes people are not happy. And it also goes towards mental health. They're not happy about something particular in their body or their face. It's not that it's not created well. But you can see social media has caused good and bad. It has caused a lot of problems, and it has also brought a lot of, enlightenment to people. But now, if you take 20 years ago, we didn't have so much, we didn't have so much awareness about how we looked. It was more about, we take pictures once in a while, you don't get to see other people, so we're just within our environment, we see ourselves, and we call ourselves beautiful. But now, there's camera phone, there's selfie phone. You're seeing yourself virtually every day through the eyes of your phone. And then you're posting these things, or you're watching other people on social media, and you're seeing a lot of, imperfections in your perfection. Because I do tell everybody, you are perfectly created. But now you get to start to spot imperfection. My eyes, they're not slanted. My nose is too big. My lips are too thin or too big. My chin is too small. It's too long. All sorts of things. You find out that a lot of people are not like actually happy with one thing or the other on their face. So what I do is I tell people the truth, and the truth is you're good. You look good. But if you're, let me see, the type of work you do, maybe the kind of crowd you carry, there's something about you that makes you perceive that that particular thing in your face is not good. We can tweak it a bit. And that's to go with some of the trend that is going on now. Like makeup. A lot of people are wearing makeup. Makeup is contouring the face. And then when they take off the makeup, they realize that that's not who they are. That it was just a makeup for maybe, 7 hours or 5 hours. And now people want that in reality. They don't want to take off the makeup. They want to see the contoured face. They want to see the slim nose. They want to see the pouted lips. I mean, you see, it has caused a lot of problems. That's why I said good and bad. And now you come in and I'm telling you your lips are good. But for some people, their lips are actually thinned out. And they actually have to overline their lips every day to be able to have some form of confidence to go out there. And I tell them, you can actually increase the height or the width of your lips if you want, but don't do it too much. Because when you do it too much, it becomes addictive. So that's the honesty policy I have there. You can tweak some areas. You can enhance some areas, but you have to try to reduce, don't overdo it. Because what girls are doing is, you do a little for them, they want to come back. In fact, I sometimes have to kick out some of my clients. Nigerian people, no, I'm telling you the truth. I literally kick them out. I say, no. They're like, but Dr. B, I will go somewhere else. I said, go. Because you're going to look scary at the end of the day. And some of them are looking scary now. So and some of them, when you kick them out, they go, maybe they'll say, I'll go to UK, I'll go to London, US. They will come back, they will look scary, they will come back to you and say, please change it, help me, do something to calm it down. Because you're not looking at your profile. If you work in a bank, for example, can your lips look like a duck? You're going to scare people. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You're going to scare people. You can't be in a bank and looking, hello, how are you? I'll tip your tailor now. They're going to be like, oh my God, this lady's scary. But guess what? If she was a stripper and she strips, she can have really big lips. Because that's part of that's part of what entices, people to her. Hey, that's fine. But you can't be a student and be looking scary. It's not going to help your business.
No, I hear you. And, in part of your response, you spoke about social media and the impact that has. And I want to bring Ife in because I know that in your brand, you bridge beauty with lifestyle, and you also talk about these kinds of conversations. So I wanted to sort of bring you in to sort of talk about your approach to business in that way, in terms of bridging beauty with lifestyle.
My approach to business has always been about people, not money. Because at the end of the day, if you have people who are committed to using your product, most times when you check deeply, the first reason they use your product is not the product, it's you. They trust you that if this person is saying this will work, maybe it will work. So the first thing we created, or I created as a person, was a persona of integrity. It is who I am, and I built that for years and years before coming out with Dang Lifestyle, because when you know that this person, first of all, says, this cream is not going to change your color, it's just brighten you up, then they look at you who is talking and say, okay, maybe, she's been honest here. So the first thing is people, like I said, and integrity. So the Diary of a Niger Girl platform also brings people together. We're all about people anyway, helping people, motivating people, impacting people, motivate, all of the nice things that women need to be, to come out of that suppressed situation that the society has put us in. So me merging business with lifestyle just comes naturally because that was the first thing, lifestyle, the kind of life you live as a woman, living your best life, doing better for yourself and all of those things was the first thing I started with as a person. Then now putting that business on top of that was easier to, I was telling somebody the other day when she said, oh, how can I get there? How can I quickly? And I'm like, there's nothing like that. It's not quickly. So people think that Dang Lifestyle grew so fast. No, it started from Diary of a Niger Girl. That's where it started from. We didn't just wake up and started, Dang Lifestyle and just like that, it happened. So getting people together, your intention as well. What's your intention as a business owner? Do you just want to make money? If that's all you want to do, then you're going to go through any means necessary to do that. But what we have done is, like I said, put people first, give them value. If they have a problem, they talk to our professional estheticians. If they have a problem with their products, they're allowed to return it. I've heard that Nigerians don't return products, but we don't do that with Dang Lifestyle. So like I said, people first, make sure that you have integrity as a business owner, and every other thing will follow.
I wanted to give Anita a chance to respond to the question of integrity and honesty because both Ife and Dr. B talked about it in their own business. So I'm also curious to hear how you are also approaching that as it relates to integrity and beauty.
Okay, so beauty is with my brand, with my line of business, a whole different thing because it's service-based. But one thing with my brand is, especially with the background that I have in marketing, you can't, it's like what if it's people currency. You can't put your money first. You understand what I mean? If someone's not happy with something, there's a root cause, there's something that caused it. It's okay to say, okay, what were you not happy with? It's fine. The next time you come, this is what I'll do for you. You can't be selfish with how you approach things. You can't think, oh, they've paid their money, I beg, I don't want wahala. That's wahala that's coming to you. So when it comes to people and relating with, customers, I feel like people is an important thing. That's the reason why people come back to you. Oh, Anita, the way she treated me when I came, even if they were not happy with what happened, it's the way you treated them after what happened that would kind of it would determine how they see you. I was actually going to speak on trend because I really wanted to say something. So I'm going to quickly speak on trend because I very briefly because I know time is running out. But trend is such an important thing in my field, and trend is like it has made and broken a lot of people. And for me, I feel like it is important to have what would I say? I think with everybody's brand, there's something that you stand for. There's something that they see me for, there's something that they see Dr. B for, there's something I see Ifedayo for. So it's not every trend you jump on. So you see me for something, I can pick at a little bit of the trend and add it to what I do. But with trend, it has damaged a lot of women, and I think for us as women that run businesses, it's important to always, within what we do as a business, within the money we're making, it's important to always remind women that you're beautiful no matter what. It's important to remind people that it's a trend that's passing, so always stick to what you are, so that way when the makeup comes off, as she says, you don't look scarier than you started off. Does that make sense? So with trend, it passes. It's very important to be grounded on who you are as a person. Forget all the the way they line the lips, the way they draw the brows. When you take that off, please. It's important for you to know that when you look at the mirror, it's you that's left, and you need to be happy with what you see. So yeah.
So now we want to take. Oh, did you have a? Oh. Now we're going to take a few rapid fire questions from the audience so that our panelists can respond. Okay, we have a question over here.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Kemi. This is a lovely session, by the way. So I have a question concerning branding and the people you work for or work with. is it advisable for you to pick the people that you um, give your services to? Because as someone that is into beauty, not everybody can represent your brand the way you want it to be, like put out there. And like let's say everybody has money, but like not everybody has that charisma per se to give out or to serve what you want everybody to see. So how do you pick, or should you pick who exactly you should give your services to, or how do you pick those people? Thank you.
And then we'll just take one more before we respond. There's a question here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, firstly, Ifedayo, I'm a big fan and I'm literally screaming inside. So the question is for you. I want to know how you were able to like convert your community into like your buying crowd, like your customers. I think we would like to know that. Thank you.
So we'll have Ife respond first, and then Anita or Dr. B want to respond to the.
Hi, I didn't get her name.
Can you say your name again, please?
My name is Loretta.
Hi, Loretta.
Hi.
So, the intention of Diary of a Nigerian Girl as a platform has never, ever been to commercialize it. And that's why, if you check till today, we rarely do ads, because it's really genuinely for women. Like, I don't know, this passion that I have for women, it just makes me happy, you know, just making sure women are okay, women are doing better than they even think that they could be, really, really makes me happy. So it shocks me, if I'm being honest with you, that we have such buying community. If I would, I'm not going to lie about that. But then I now realize that the reason these women have become a customer base for Dang Lifestyle, I've said this before, is because of how is the integrity of the brand initially. You know, this ties with the question she asked about, should you pick who you work with, who you associate with? That is also very, very important. The kind of people, many advertisers who come to Diary of a Nigerian Girl say, I don't know where they form this thing, and they just come and say, if they call you small but mighty. I don't know why, but they say that because we have like maybe 500,000 followers, and people when they go to people who have like 5 million followers, we as Dan community get crazy conversion, more than the person who has 5 million followers. So I'm answering 2 questions at the same time, and I'm telling you, always pick quality over quantity. It is very, very, very important.
Hello. The first lady, I'd like to know, what do you do?
I make hair.
Okay, you make hair. Okay. I just wanted to add something to what she said, quality over quantity. One of the things that I've noticed about young people these days is they want to make money fast. They want to become big. And that phrase, I want to blow, has taken over their lips without putting the work. And the work is not just in the work of your hand. It is in your mentality also. The way you think. Hard work mustn't always look hard, but it is hard. Okay? So you make hair, and I wanted to be practical about it a bit. You make hair, and you should be wondering, what kind of people should I offer my hair service to? At this stage in your business, just make hair. Doesn't really matter who you're making hair for. Just make hair. Grow first. Try to have enough number of people that you have made hair for. Okay? Now, the more you make hair, the better you become. Practice truly makes perfect. Maybe you're thinking, wanted to become gang lifestyle and start selling product. No, it's people. It's just over time. You start to see that your business begins to transform on its own without even you putting so much effort. But you have to start doing something. You cannot be big overnight. Some people call me now and say, "Can you do home service?" I said, we don't do that. I don't do that kind of thing. Not because one time in my life I don't see clients at home. There was a point. In fact, there was a point in my life that almost my drugs were all in my car. There was a time. And there was a time, and there's a lady here, it's so interesting, that I went to her house, and I was so confused at that point in my life, because I had already done all my training, and I went to her house, and we were just talking about, I want to do more. But you have to start small first, and then keep doing, until a point when your business will transform on its own. Some people have issues with finances. Keep talking about it. I want to do more. You're going to say what you say. If you keep saying it over and over again, people will listen to you. And people see consistency. A lot of women are not consistent in their business. They were selling shoes. From shoes, they moved to another thing. They will see what is trending. I want to make money. You won't make money because guess what? You will get tired. Do you actually think that people who are very successful today are not tired? They're literally tired. Some of them are exhausted. Are you understanding? But guess what? Because they have a passion inside of them for what they're delivering, they're not doing it like work anymore. They're just doing it like they're absolutely doing nothing. It's so easy for them. So you have to keep doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one last quick word from Anita, and we will conclude the panel.
So, on the topic you asked about clientele and branding, personally, I feel like you attract what you put out. So you need to work on your branding. It's not even about and the way you brand yourself. The content you put out would attract the kind of people that you get. Okay, and also with building your brand, it gets to a point where some people will call you. Personally, I take a lot of jobs, but there's some jobs I don't take because energy just isn't right. There's some jobs I already know that if I take this job, it's going to, this person is going to give me hell. So I don't take it. But as regards branding, brand yourself so that way you can attract what you get back. And then I also do influencing. I've gotten a lot of requests to do to influence for a lot of skincare brands. Homegrown skincare brands, but I don't take it, and that's because it's not really about the money. It's about the kind of the persona I have that I put out does not match with what they sell, so I don't take that. So it still boils down to what you do. There's some jobs you can't take because it just doesn't work well with your brand.
Please join me in thanking our panelists today.
Can we do a round of applause for the ladies, please? This is the panel with the most screams, the most yelling, the most fans.